And what's cracking, you guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Mango Grove. How's everyone doing today? This is a quick audio check. This is kind of a mic check for me too. I literally have my mic popping up just randomly and hitting my nose. It's embarrassing. But yeah, let's do a quick audio check. Exactly. Zinmiko knows. He's like, need to hit the likes for the $1,000 giveaway. Minimum 500 likes for the $1,000 giveaway. Let's go. Let's get those likes in. So now every live stream for the next few ones, we're going to be doing a $1,000 giveaway. So yes, there is going to be another giveaway today as well, along with, well, I'll be announcing the winners for the previous $1,000 giveaway. Also, just let me know, do you guys want music or no? Do y'all want the music? Do you want me to sing for you? Is my voice just okay? Are you guys just okay with me, talking price action? Oh my god, this mic just won't stay. Okay, let's cue the intro in 3. My god, I'm not okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's the most feel-good intro out there. Back me up on this. I will die on this hill. JR, you're too sweet. Thank you so much. He says, your voice is our music, Krisha. Do you guys hear that? I hear cha-ching. $1,000 giveaway is still on. Every live stream, we're going to be doing a giveaway. So once again, this live stream as well, there is going to be a giveaway. To qualify for the giveaway or to participate, it's simple sauce. Like this live stream, like the video, go on right now, hit the like, okay? Minimum, I want to reach 500 likes on this video. The second step is to use the link, get into BitUnix. All you got to do, deposit $50, okay? And that's it. That's it. 2 steps. Hit the like, deposit 50, and you now qualify for the $1,000 giveaway. Simple sauce, right? Okay, so right now, I know everyone's so upset with price action. We're going to be getting into price action, but what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to talk about price action first or the winners? I was thinking to start off with the winners first. I feel like it's more of a feel-good effect. When the markets are dumping, Mango is going to be giving you guys money. How about that? There we go. Sean just linked the $1,000 giveaway. So go ahead, check it out, participate. Winners! Zinmiko says winners. All right. Are you guys ready for the winners? And here are the winners for the $1,000 giveaway. Now these winners, guys, by the end of today, you're gonna have a winnings ranging from $1,000 to $100. We didn't want just one person to win. We decided that, hey, we're gonna pick a bunch of you, and these guys are going to be the winners. Anywhere between $1,000 to $100 is gonna be dropped into your accounts. Now these are the winners, and I should have done a drum roll, but voila. These are your UIDs. If you are one of these people with these UIDs, then you are a winner of the $1,000 giveaway. By the end of today, you're going to see anywhere between $1,000 to $100 dropped into your accounts. Can I get a round of applause? Let's do it. Can someone just hit the clap emoji for me? So yeah, take note, I'll be posting this in the description as well as in the Discord chat. So if you're not already in the Discord chat, join in themangoway.com/Discord. All future winners will be announced in the same way. We'll be announcing it in the Discord chat as well as in the description. There we go. Thank you guys. Thank you. I should have done a drum roll. Jeez, I'm not prepared for this. Okay. Okay, take a screenshot. For those of you who want to figure it out, take a screenshot. So your UIDs, okay, on the BitUnix exchange should match one of these. That's how we're sort of going to be dropping it into your accounts. Okay, there we go. Yay! All right, y'all got to start off with a feel-good effect, right? Got to start off with something feel-good. I know you guys are down, but don't worry, don't worry. We got one more $1,000 giveaway today. Now, to qualify for the next giveaway, or today's giveaway rather, hit the like to the video, get into the exchange, deposit 50, voila, you qualify. Okay, then in the next live stream, I'll be announcing those winners. Alrighty. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to sort of just park this in the corner. There we go. These are the winners. Okay. Look at me. I'm really good at this. Okay. Well, that didn't stick, Krisha. That's not a part of your scene. Okay, anyways, you guys, we'll bring this up in a bit, okay? But yeah, take a screenshot if you want. Once again, I'll be linking in the description as well as in the Discord chat. So with this now, let's get into price action. Are we ready to go? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready for Bitcoin's price action. Hit the thumbs. Or else I'm going to be waiting here. We can all just sit in silence. I'm fine with silence. Sean and I had a very social day today. We've been out. So I've been talking all day. I'm like, I'm gonna use that momentum to do a nice live stream for you guys and also announce the winners while I am at it. Okay, we're ready to go. Brilliant. Alrighty, Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Everyone is. Sean, can we do a poll? Okay, he's already got. Okay, no, he doesn't have a poll. Let's do a poll. How many of you guys think that this is going to be a double top? That seems to be a prevailing fear right now in the market. This right here being a double top. It's like the, it's funny. It's like so far, we were talking about this in the mastermind call, right? A lot of people out there, they're feeling, it's like mixed emotions almost, but there's more despair than anything else. And also, I feel like, there we go. Yeah, go on. First of all, go on and answer the poll. How many of you guys think that Bitcoin is going to end up putting in a double top right here? I'm going to tell you what it is that I'm seeing, okay, in the meanwhile. I'm seeing despair in that people are either not positioned or they're extremely wary about this move to the upside, especially considering that Bitcoin has been pumping for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green weeks, 7 green weekly candles in a row. Now, a lot of people were looking at this out there and saying that, no, it's too exhaustive a move. So a lot of people are like, this is not going to last, okay? So we're seeing that. Then also people are, while Bitcoin was pumping, people are still feeling down. And I'm going to attribute much of that to the fact that a lot of people are still more exposed to the altcoins than they are to Bitcoin, right? So yes, while Bitcoin has been performing exceptionally well over the past 7 weeks, the altcoins, not so much. And I think that picture is clearly depicted on Bitcoin dominance, right? We can all agree with that. However, on the flip side, I have some interesting information for you guys. Yesterday, now I usually like, when it comes to like your indicators, I have one indicator which is my social indicator. I often look towards family and friends to see if they would bring up Bitcoin or altcoins all by themselves. Like, I don't lead into questions, I don't even lead into conversations, and I just want to know, and I pay a lot of attention to that because that gives me information in that how much attention does Bitcoin have at any given point in time. Now, it's so funny, yesterday, guys, I got 2 family members, 2 of them, just on the phone, casual conversation, not necessarily into Bitcoin, unless I introduced the topic. But yesterday they both brought up Bitcoin. But here's what they said. And honestly, it's in the same vein. They're like, oh, imagine had I bought Bitcoin instead of buying my house or instead of buying my car. What if at the time when I bought my house and my car, I took that money and I put into Bitcoin? I would have had $3 million today, $4 million today. 2 people with the same line of thinking. They both approached me with the same sort of thought process yesterday. So I thought that was, I found that really, that was really, I don't want to say odd. I think odd would be the wrong word, but that was definitely an interesting conversation on both fronts. So a lot of people are feeling out of position as far as Bitcoin is concerned. Everyone's looking at gains that they could have had, but no one, what this is telling me is that no one is really in position yet. They wish they had it, but they don't. So my thought process around this was, if I really have to think of direction of most pain at this given point in time, direction of most pain, and I feel like the market in general, it has a way of tapping into that most pain aspect, right? Direction of most pain, in my opinion, is going to be to the upside, because I feel like a lot of people are looking at Bitcoin, they're counting the profits that they could have had, but they don't. They've been left out of position, right? Everyone's probably waiting on a pullback. Direction of most pain is going to be to the upside. Bitcoin starts ticking up. Everyone's like, oh shit, did I miss the train? Did I miss the rocket? Right? The rocket has launched to Mars and people are too busy staring at the smoke trail. What happens then? That's when FOMO kicks in. People need to, so Scotty says, people need to sell their altcoins and get alt season started. Alt season won't start as long as everyone holds. Yeah, and on the most recent dump that we saw, where was that? Was it during this phase? Anyways, the most recent, actually no, I think we can see it best on the daily time frame. Was it this? I think it was this. It was this fake out right here, right? We had a lot of liquidations that hit the market on that daily candle. And I was really shocked to find that Ethereum's liquidations dwarfed Bitcoin's liquidations. Ethereum. And I was so stunned. I'm like, Ethereum still has so many holders, like so many people trying to catch the bottom there. And that was mind-boggling. You're seeing strength on a chart. Get in on strength instead of trying to catch a falling knife and calling the bottom on ETH. Because let's face it, ETH has been quite the underperformer right now, right? But now let's really assess Bitcoin, okay? All biases at bay, all the narratives at bay, cut all that crap. Price action. Price action ultimately is going to be, well, the arbitrator of all debate, as Sean says. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful line. I'm going to start off with the dashboard because something caught my eye on the dashboard. All right. We're seeing, okay, now shorts on the 4-hour and the 12-hour time frame. So yes, we're seeing these minor pullbacks. Daily to the weekly, all still long with volatility profiles very, very healthy. So it's telling us that yes, while we're seeing the minor pullbacks, the macro trend is still in bullish territory. And we can all agree on that, right? Because if we get on, just look at our key cyclical indicators, okay, Bitcoin right here. For us right here in Mango, what's been keeping us on the right side of the trend? Bi-weekly dynamic. Where are we relative to the bi-weekly dynamic? Significantly over, nowhere even close to that region, right? Until we really break bi-weekly dynamic, we cannot really call bear market territory, right? Bi-weekly dynamic currently sitting at 87.8K. Now, in addition to the bi-weekly dynamic, we were also looking at the monthly 10 simple moving average. Let's see where that's coming in at. And that too, once again, price living over the monthly 10 simple moving average. Right, so Bitcoin relative to our cyclicals, looking fantastic. Okay, 85.3K on the 10 simple moving average. Okay, not just that. Let's also really assess what happened recently, right? With this most recent pump. This pump went in to put an all-time high for Bitcoin. We cracked all-time high. Okay. $111,000, very, very close to $112,000. The pullback that we're seeing right now, I think, is a very natural pullback considering that Bitcoin has been rallying for the past 7 weeks, right? When you see the move get that extended, a healthy pullback helps you maintain that trend, helps you maintain the uptrend that could then follow. It gives it a bit more fuel. It adds more fuel. It's like a pit stop. In a race where they have a pit stop, change the tires. Okay, I don't know how it all works, but you know what I mean, right? They change the tires, they fix a bunch of things, and then boom, off again to basically maximize the next run, right? So once again, even price action can be looked at as just that. It seems like a pit stop for now, and I think it's a rather healthy one considering we've had 7 weeks of up, right? So this is Bitcoin. Let's also go ahead and look at, okay, 4-day. It's coming down. Can we also add? Okay, for now, let's look at this. Okay, 4-day dynamic. I've been looking at the 4-day dynamic on this. By the way, Sean, have you released the new feature? Everyone's been asking about the new feature for the dynamic. For those of you who are not aware of the new dynamic feature right here, Sean has essentially introduced a new objective zone on the dynamic. So oftentimes what happens is that I get it. Some of you guys might be busy, not on your computers. Prices comes down to a critical support level, okay, like the monthly dynamic, bi-weekly dynamic, or whatever dynamic support you're playing, right? But you're not there to execute on your trade, and say prices bounce. When they bounce, and this often happens, when they bounce, you're there wondering, oh shoot, did I miss my bid? Is it still a good time to be buying? Am I too far from the dynamic indicator to be buying in right now? Or should I maybe wait on another tap of the dynamic? Am I even gonna get it? Right, so all of those thoughts are going through your head. So what Sean has done, he's essentially introduced a new objective zone for you guys, wherein it's sort of like a cloud around that dynamic support that tells you that, okay, if price is within that range, all right, this is still going to be a safe buy for you, an objective, very, very good bid to capture, right, even if prices have bounced already. So it's only when prices have sort of cleared the zone and start living to the upside, you know that, okay, perhaps, wait, got the wrong tool. So essentially prices dump here, okay, you missed the bid on the dynamic, but we're still within that cloud range, you can still buy there. However, if we pop up, you know that, okay, now might not be a good time to be buying. Perhaps you can wait for another pullback back into the cloud to get the optimal objective bid, one that is still going to be a good bid to capture, all right, and then possibly rally. Scotty Trader says, too many are chasing green candles. I agree. Why all eyes on June 17th? What's happening on June 17th? Is the volume a bit low? Okay, I've sort of increased it a tad bit. ETF, okay. And here's another thing, okay? I wanted to really bring this up once again as far as Bitcoin is concerned. What if this cycle is super simple? You know, so far, let's face it, what have we had? You know, it's been a very, very neat cycle. We've seen these rallies. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Rally, consolidation, rally, consolidation, rally, consolidation, right? Until we break into sort of highs. So far, the entire cycle, the bull market has been very, there's been a lot of symmetry, if you really consider it, you know, be objective about this. We see these rallies, okay, to put in like a new local high. Then we see like a 6-month consolidation, right? So this was 5 bars. So the 6-month marked Bitcoin breaking out right here. So this was this consolidation right here. Okay, the 6-month marked the breakout. Okay, then rally all the way back up to around all-time high, which was right here, $70,000, close to $70,000, topped off right there at around 74K. And now what was this consolidation? 6 months. 6 months in the consolidation, we broke out on the 7-month. Okay, this was it right here. So this was 5 months of consolidation, broke out on the 6th month. This was 6 months of consolidation, broke out on the 7th month, rallied, okay, past $100,000. Now, what was this consolidation so far? 5 months of consolidation. Okay, and it's usually in that ballpark of 5 to 6 months of consolidation before the next breakout, right? So once again, it seems like one of those cycles, and I said this in the mastermind call that happened yesterday. I just feel like this is going to be one of those cycles that in the moment, people are looking at this, and I'm seeing a lot of comments out there saying that this just simply does not feel like a bull market. And yeah, because I feel like the hardest part of this bull market has been the time element of it, the wait. It's like you're either in position or you're not. If you're in position, you get rewarded by these crazy impulsive moves that play out in a matter of, say, 2 months, right? But then you're sitting through 6 months of consolidation and getting like wrung out of your positions. 6 months, oh, is it going to dump? Are we going to move? It's like some people feel this opportunity cost, right? They end up getting butterfingers with their positions, and they let go at the wrong time. But I feel like it's the time element that has been the toughest part of this cycle. Because if you look at it just bird's eye view, it's like symmetry almost, right? So once again, we're seeing another 5 to 6 month consolidation. And right now, it's the 6th month, if I'm not wrong. Let's look at that. Okay, it's the 5th month, okay. And usually on the 6th month, we see the breakout. Now, are there any signs of breakout? Well, number one, once again, zoom out, right? We've actually gone on to take out the highs right here, okay? In addition to that, we're currently above all cyclical indicators, okay? And in addition to that, let me pull it up. Let me pull up the other chart. Is it this? Sorry, I'm just like, I've got so many charts now. Okay, there it is. Like I'm looking, so I have this entire system that I've derived across multiple cycles that has had a very, very good hit rate. And the 1.618 fib extension was what I was looking at, 78.6K, right? Price not only dipped into it as it has done in the past few cycles now. It's been a high probability setup wherein prices break 1.618 on the cycle, comes back down for a retest. This one was a very, very clear retest. The other ones prior to this cycle was more like a touch and go. But once again, it's come down here, held it as support, and we're rallying right off of that. So price relative to its key like cyclical levels as well as the extensions, it's all still looking very, very bullish. So to call to get demotivated on like a slight pullback, it just does. I'm like, this is how the monthly is going to end. Even if the monthly closes like this, as it is doing right now, it's still going to be a good picture in my opinion, right? So we have a wick high, all-time high on the wick, and prices close green. I think this is going to be a good picture. I, for one, like even if we can close over the previous monthly closes right here and opens, this came in at around what? Open was $102,000. I think that's going to be a good picture for Bitcoin. Right, so I'm looking at these closes right here on the monthly. We close over in 2 days. I think this could very well be the breakout candle, or rather the candle of June 2025 is going to be the next rally to the upside, at which point 130K is the next most high probability target. 130K. We start breaking 130K, we're breaking the midpoint. At which point, I know people are going to think I'm insane for this, but the next target is $214,000 on the extensions. And what do you think? Do you guys think that's going to be the direction of most pain? How many people do you know that are positioned for a move like that? Okay, let's see what the poll says. Bitcoin double top. 29% says yes, we're done. 71% says nope, it's a bear trap. Okay. I'm glad though. I'm really happy to see that many of you guys are looking at the TA. Okay, look at the TA. Don't get too fixated on the narratives because the TA will clear out. The TA will always, the thing about narratives and other things out there, especially like hearsay that you're seeing on Twitter, it can be interpreted in many different ways, even data for that matter. It can be interpreted in so many different ways, right? Each analyst can have their own interpretation of the data, right? Especially if it's subjective. So to fall for that and then to sort of get emotional on that and make decisions on that is just asinine, in my opinion. Right? So the one thing that will clear out the data for you and tell you exactly what people are feeling and where they're sort of betting their money, because ultimately you always want to sort of fall onto the side of the greater force, right? There's the buying force, there's the selling force. It's the greater force that wins out ultimately, right? To position with them means you're positioning with that force. It's like a wave. Let the wave take you. Right? You position well, the profits will take care of themselves. All you got to take care of are your losses. So right now, this is still looking good. Bitcoin is still looking good, even getting into this monthly close. So if we close anything like this, over $102,000, that's going to be freaking amazing. Exactly, David Williams. He says, show me the chart and I'll tell you the news. The chart will drop the news before you even see it on the news. Okay, and also, once again, for those of you who joined in late, oh no. Okay, this is it. Like losing charts. Here's the winners list, $1,000 giveaway. For those of you who participated in the last giveaway, these are the winners. By the end of today, you should see anywhere between $100 to $1,000 dropped into your BitUnix account. These are the UIDs that actually won out. So take note of it, take a screenshot. Now we are doing another giveaway today, okay? To participate, like the video, like this live stream, get into BitUnix, deposit a minimum of $50. The more you deposit, the higher your chances are of actually getting the winning. Okay, so yeah. And remember to smash the like. We need, how many likes do we have? I tend to sort of not look at the analytics while I'm doing the live. It's like too much. Yeah, smash the like. We're trying to get to minimum of 500. Deposit at least 50 into your account, and that's how you qualify. So it's literally a two-step process. 64 likes, you guys. Come on, we can do better. Sean's like, I guess I'm keeping the 1K. All right, who's ready for XRP? XRP. XRP. Man, I was so shocked with the comments I got on XRP. Absolutely, utterly shocked. I love the XRP community, don't get me wrong. I think they're very, it's like a, I don't want to call them a cult. I feel like there's a negative connotation, but they're like believers, which is really good. I think to get like good positions, you need conviction. You need conviction in your bag, in the project. And I feel like XRP has a lot of those guys in there. So I'm always very happy to be catering to that audience. That said, I'm quite shocked by the despair I am seeing. I honestly still believe that XRP is one of those altcoins that held up exceptionally well throughout this entire consolidation phase. And yes, I will die on this hill. I think XRP folk, in a way, it's like, you guys are spoiled. I'm a part of you. I feel like we are spoiled. XRP is spoiled as rotten. But this is it. It's like XRP, bird's eye view was like a stable coin. This entire phase right here. It gave you that relief. It melted down a bit, gave you a bit more relief, but there was always relief coming in for the XRP bulls. But let's first look at the dashboard. I have a lot to say on XRP. Let's look at the dashboard first, okay? XRP on the dashboard. All right, we got shorts from the 4-hour to the daily, okay? And we can see that there's a bit of a meltdown on XRP right now. The shorts are also seeing follow-through, okay? So they're winning out for now. Volatility actually pretty decent on the 12-hour and the daily, telling me that we could see a tad bit lower. Is it all that bad? No, I don't think so. 4-hour, however, volatility hovering at 73. Okay, bears on the lower time frames are likely going to start getting exhausted, so that's something to watch out for those of you who are currently in XRP shorts. Now, if you're in an XRP short, I'm guessing that you're playing the minor swings, which is completely fine. That's one way in which there was a very clear short trade on the 4-day time frame, right? I'll show it to you in a bit, but it's any short positions taken on XRP right now, they're minor swings, okay? Because ultimately, guys, the picture that you're looking at, this is the monthly time frame for XRP, by the way. It's still quite a bullish picture, right? I would not be fighting the bulls when the macro picture looks like this. That's dangerous, in my opinion. Like, they can pick it. The thing with XRP is that if you're on the wrong side of the trade, okay, especially if you're on the wrong side of the overarching force, which is right now we're in a bull market, right? So the overarching force is the buying force. If you're on the flip side of that, and for whatever reason the bulls take over, you know, it's not forgiving. You're not just getting stopped out. There's a chance of like almost liquidation, because when XRP rips, it rips like this. It rips like this. Right? It could be like a rapid move to the upside where even like the stop loss getting hit becomes more of a chance than a certainty. So right now, that's one thing I'll say, because when XRP moves, these are volatile moves. Like this month, in 1 month, XRP did 283%, right? So that's one thing to consider. Now, as far as XRP is concerned, I still think it's a relatively good picture, considering we're still sitting on that weekly dynamic support. Now, in my previous XRP analysis, I did bring this up, right? I brought up this entire zone. I'm like, guys, watch out for a tap. I said, get greedy on the bid. Now, let's put on Sean's new feature right here. Guys, you got to push Sean to release the feature. That's the only way he's going to release it. But once again, we're not only within the objective zone, but right now we're sitting smack on dynamic support. Based on what the dashboard is saying, 12-hour to daily time frame, we could very well see a tap at the bottom. So might be rewarding to actually gun for that too. But usually when I see price on a key region of support, I scattershot my bids. It's just easier to build a position that way as opposed to trying for just one number, one price, right? So right now, dynamic support comes in from around 214 down to 204, for those of you who want to take note of it. For those of you who have heavy positions in XRP, I definitely suggest actually checking out the dynamic indicator to get it. themangoway.com/dynamic is where you're going to find it. Now, I was looking at this. I'm like, okay, weekly dynamic holding right here. Why was I anticipating the move down to the weekly dynamic? It was primarily because of where we are relative to that 10 simple moving average on the 4-day. Now, this is something I've been harping on about now, and this is also something that I want you guys to keep your eyes on if you're trying to figure out if it's a good time to be getting back into XRP. Okay, there's been a very clear signature on XRP as to when it's going to start its next trend. All right, and that is hinged off of that 4-day 10 simple moving average. You'll notice right here too, every time we do claim the 4-day 10 SMA, that's when prices start ripping. That's when we actually start establishing that trend right here. Okay, so we did the same thing right here. It's only when we lost it in earnest, okay, did we actually see another meltdown, not a meltdown per se, but more of a downtrend beginning, getting into that next weekly support back down to 201. All right, so once again, held down by that 10 simple moving average. It's only when we reclaimed it right here did XRP start establishing another uptrend. So I'll be looking for the same signature yet again. Reclaiming the 10 SMA is going to be important for the bulls. So look for that if you're looking to figure out if they're going to start the next uptrend. Okay, so I, for one, I'm going to be looking for a bounce on this region, reclaim the 4-day 10 SMA, and begin the next uptrend. I'm actually looking for a bounce here. Do you guys want to know what play I'm looking for? I'll show you. Okay. You gotta, it's about really figuring out how the entire picture is going to unfold, right? If I put on the weekly dynamic, okay, this is the cyclical support that we're playing right here. I think what we're in right now is going to be the right shoulder of a bullish head and shoulders pattern. And it's cool because it's being formed right off of that weekly dynamic support as it had done right here on the left shoulder as well. Right? So we have a bit of symmetry as far as the shoulders are concerned for the head and shoulders pattern, with the neckline coming in right here. If I'm taking the measured move for XRP, $4.42 is the target for the head and shoulders alone. Let's not forget about the two macro patterns that we have playing, which is none other than the bull flag. Okay, this right here. So I already have the pole drawn out. I'm just going to draw a very, okay, flag, which is also a part of a much larger symmetrical triangle formation. If we start seeing this bull run continue, okay, on Bitcoin, across the altcoins as well, the $23 target is still on the books. I'm not changing that until we actually start getting into bear market territory. I'm keeping it that simple. For as long as we're within the bull run, we're within our structures, those targets are still attainable. Krisha, read out the levels for them for the dynamic. Absolutely. Weekly dynamic, guys, comes in. Let me just go ahead. $2.13 going down to $2.04. Do you guys want the levels for the objective zone as well? You guys can take that down too. Let me just go ahead and put that down. The Sean nailed it. Sean nailed it with this. I love this feature. I absolutely love this feature. I don't know if you guys know, but depending on whether you're going long or you're going short, you can actually change the market direction. So that keeps you tighter with the trend and with the objective level. So if you're going long, then of course you want to toggle it to buying. But if you're going short, toggle it to selling. Okay. And it'll tell you exactly what is your objective zone if you are selling. Okay, and zone type, do you want to stay tight with the trend or wide? Right, so it's I like sort of staying closer to the trend line and to the indicator itself, so I just keep it at tight. Okay, and then put that off, and there we go. So right now we're not only, XRP is on buy zone. Anyone looking to sell XRP here is just jumping the gun in a big way, and I think that selling into such critical support is a major recipe for getting punished. Okay, and what is a classic XRP punishment? What is a classic XRP punishment? It's this right here. It is a candle that will rip in your face and make you cry and make you wish that you hadn't known XRP whatsoever. A candle like this, 283% in a matter of 1 month, except you sold your position too early because you were too impatient. You know, part of being a good trader, honestly, is sometimes just being patient. Sometimes all you got to do is just sit and do nothing. Sometimes all TA needs to be is boring, and that's completely fine. TA doesn't always need to be happening. There shouldn't always have to be a reason for the next pump or the next dump. It could just be price action. Don't look for reasons. When you start looking for reasons, you end up sort of reflecting projecting your biases on the chart too much. And when you do that, you start getting very emotional on your trade setups. All right. Sean, I have a lot of journals. I have like a lot of trading journals. So many of them. And Sean usually buys me new ones, but I usually, when I'm taking trades, so he got me this one. It's really cute. It says me plus you. Anyways, he gets me like these really cute covers. But I have a lot of trading journals where every time I'm taking a trade, like I'll write down the entry, what the trade thesis is, the time frame I'm taking the trade on, what is my emotional state when I am putting on the trade. Am I feeling FOMO? Like, what am I feeling in that moment? Is it clarity? Is it FOMO? Am I chasing something? So I have a rule now. Every time I feel like it's FOMO, and it's about being honest with yourself, right? If it's FOMO, if I feel like I'm chasing something, I step away from the trade, no matter how good it's looking. Because I know that if I get in, managing it is going to be stressful as hell. All right, so I'm also noting down my mental state when I am taking the trade. When should we be worried about XRP? Keep it simple. Like I said, sometimes TA just needs to be simple. When it starts breaking the weekly dynamic, so you see how I actually lost position right here. As soon as we lost, now the thing is that you have systems, and my system is weekly dynamic for my XRP level. I've been riding XRP since here. I've been talking about XRP since this entire phase right here. I called for $23 when XRP was sitting right here, right? So I've had my position for a very, very, very long time now. Okay, so I've been playing it off of the weekly dynamic support. Now, when it lost it here, I actually took out a bit of my profits off the table, but I'm like, okay, as soon as it reclaimed that weekly dynamic, I know that, hey, I was wrong. I jumped the gun. I didn't jump the gun. That would be the wrong word. I followed my system, okay? I got trapped on that. Now, what happens when you get trapped? You just simply get trapped, okay? When prices reclaim the level, get back in if you must. So I got my position back. But once again, as far as my system is concerned, nothing's changed. I will still be falling back onto the weekly dynamic for XRP. So I start seeing multiple weekly closes underneath that entire zone right there. Okay, that is my trade invalidation. All right, at which point I'll be taking more off the table. So right now it's the same zone that I just gave you guys from 213 down to 204. Mine is not going to be 204 per se. I'm going to go down to 201. 201 is the level that I've been giving you guys now for multiple daily videos. So this is going to be the zone that I look towards. Okay, so I'm looking for multiple weekly candle closes. So the candles need to close under. Any more questions on XRP? And we can wrap up with SUI. My social juice, guys, is like wrung out for the day. Also, please participate in the $1,000 giveaway. Otherwise, Sean is going to keep all the money. Take it away from him. Don't let him have it, guys. All you got to do is hit the like. How many likes do we have? Santiago, are you counting for me? How many likes do we have? All you gotta do is hit the like, deposit $50 on the BitUnix account, on your BitUnix account, and that's how you qualify. And then in the next live stream, we'll be announcing the winners once again. Speaking of the winners, let's go ahead and bring up that list. If you guys haven't already seen it and you're still tuning in, these are the winners for the last $1,000 giveaway. These winners are either going to get anywhere between $1,000 to $100 deposited into their accounts. Okay, so these are the guys right here. $66 like, come on, we can get there, guys. Let's go. Y'all don't want $1,000? What? Why? Hit the like. What is LPT? Such random coins are like gaining trading volume. It's insane. Also, has the new feature released? Okay, not yet. We have a lot of new really, really cool features dropping on the dashboard. So I hope you guys are in here because it's going to be an exciting time even for the dashboard. The Mango View 2, for those of you who are using this and for those of you who are not using it, I definitely suggest pulling it up every now and then. A lot of people use it as their primary tools actually, which is pretty cool. Right here, we have a really nifty feature. For those of you who have Mango Dashboard Premium, you guys have access to automatic FVGs. Okay, the fair value gaps. This tells you where the next likely bid is going to come in at. Now for Bitcoin, you have a fair value gap coming right here from $102,000 to 97.7K, right? So it gives you these really, really nifty levels across time frames. So start using them. You got swing highs and swing lows. It's essentially helping you establish the trend. For those of you who struggle with figuring out, where's the trend at? Are we in a downtrend? Are we in an uptrend? Is this a phase of consolidation? This feature is going to help you out quite a bit. Okay, swing highs and swing lows. When it comes to uptrends, you're looking for higher highs and higher lows, and you can see it's demarked with just that, right? And yeah, you can figure out where the trend is at. You got the FVGs too to help you out with that, as well as the simple moving averages, as well as your exponential moving averages. More importantly, you also have access to a bunch of time frames here that otherwise you would not have access to on a free TradingView account. For instance, the 4-day time frame. At Mango, we love the 4-day time frame. I think it gives us a lot of very, very good information, and which is why we pull it up a lot. And which is also why we introduced it on the dashboard, because we introduced it so much on the daily videos. We wanted to make sure you guys actually had a way to follow along with the 4-day time frame. Now, I get it. Not everyone can, can have a paid TradingView account, but we didn't want you guys to miss out on the opportunities that the 4-day time frame actually presents you with. So we have this for free on the premium I'm losing my words, the Mango view. Okay, so 40 is one of the time frames right here. And yeah, you can see the 10 SMA also comes in at around $100,000. So there's a lot of confluence right now on the $100K, $102,000. So that might be the next tap zone for Bitcoin, just a heads up. And yes, join the Discord, themangoway.com/Discord. 1.92 would be a great buy. Bros Boulevard Wireless, oh, I'm guessing you're talking about XRP. I don't know. Yes. How about this? I'll say the 1.92 can be a good buy if we can tap that but close over $2. Does that make sense? Tell you why. Man, I have all these drawings, by the way, since last year. Since XRP was at this level. I have videos, you guys can go and check it out. It's nice, it's nice to see your entire trade set up and your entire trade thesis unfold on the macro perspective. Which is why I'm keeping all my drawings, and which is why you can see the right-hand side. I have so many drawings just like grouped up. But let's just... can get rid of these nasty ones right here. But yeah, what I was looking at, okay, which is why I'm not, I wanted to close over $2, is this. You see these closes right here from the cycles of 2017? The close right here from the cycle of 2021? These were crazy points of contention for XRP. Right? There was a massive fight that took place between the bulls and the bears won out on both instances, both bull market tops, right? Which is why I think it's a battlefield, okay? It's a battle point. So depending on who wins there on the monthly close is going to be very, very important. It sort of sets the stage in a way, which is why, yes, while $1.98 would be a good bid, it can tap that region, but I'd still want closes to happen over the $2 mark. So wick under, but close above. Get it? Sean 150x of 1.92. Sean's a risk manager first. I feel like Sean has, we've come this far because of Sean. He taught me, he showed me one thing, a very, very important thing. He says, Krisha, if you position well, your profits will take care of themselves. All you gotta do, if you want to stay in this game and you want to thrive in this game, and be successful in it is manage your losses. Sean taught me trading through a risk management perspective first, and that was the ultimate game changer. I kid you not. If you approach trading or just anything you do, right, in the financial world through a risk management perspective first, it sets the stage for your entire career. I'm gonna use the word career for the lack of a better word right now, but for your entire journey, rather, throughout the financial space, the investing space, throughout your entire investing journey, your trading journey and your investing journey. It really set me up in a big way. Guys, in the 2017 bull run, I came very close to just losing my account. Yeah, it was devastating. Sean had to like sit me down and like teach me everything. And he taught everything to me through a risk management lens first. And it's I don't want to give out too much information, but yeah, I'm sitting in a very, 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 very sweet spot. And for those of you in the seed program, if you're in the chat right now, you guys can actually, you guys know just how much the risk management module alone can really set you up for every trade that you take, not just in crypto, but in TradFi as well. You just think of your trades and your investments through a different lens altogether. You even think of leverage through a different lens altogether. Manage your risk and the profits will manage itself. Thank you. But yeah, for those of you who want to check out the seed program, like you want to really take it up to the next level, okay, not just here for a minute. You want to do something, you want to make money in this entire field, in crypto and in TradFi, check out the seed program, check out the curriculum especially, speak to the seedlings. You'll find all of them in the Discord chat, but you'll find the seed program at themangoway.com/seed. But yeah, definitely check it out. You're going to love it. Jay, you're going to freaking love it. I'm excited for those of you who approach the risk management module for the first time. Game changer. That and the Ichimoku. I love the Ichimoku module as well. Okay, let's do SUI, guys. Also, I keep getting this question. I got it from a couple of you. Your $1,000 can stack on top of your BitUnix bonus. Okay, so for those of you signing up for a new account, you guys get, if you deposit around $2,000, you're getting a free $400 in bonuses. Okay, so yes, you can get that, but in addition to that, you can also qualify for the giveaway. And now if you win the giveaway, say you win the whole $1,000, you get $1,000 from us and $400 from BitUnix. So it's two independent things. Okay, so just a heads up, and yeah, take advantage of this. This is like freaking free money at the corner of the room. $400 for a $2,000 deposit. It's just a deposit. You don't have to trade or anything. Okay, deposit $2,000, you qualify for $400. And I believe the rewards are distributed on Wednesdays and Fridays every week. So yeah, so it hits the point is it hits your account pretty fast. Okay, so this doesn't last too long. It's only on until June 15th. So take advantage of it. They're also trading rewards as well. So based on your trading volume, if you're greater than $1 million, $100 USDT bonus, $2 million, $200, the deposits, of course, are just better. You don't even, I say yes, of course. If you have a good trade staring you in the face, take the freaking trade. But you can still get the free money, which is the deposits. And yes, you can stack all of them, as Sean just mentioned. Okay, SUI. PP coin is on the list. Also, I've noticed, I don't want to take names here. I'm not going to shoot out project names. But follow Sean if you're looking for some good ones on Twitter. Sean, link your Twitter handle. You'll figure out which ones I'm talking about. But x.com/Sean Dexter. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the memes have been running. And I remember back in September of last year, it was the memes that ran first. Okay, they had like these crazy freaking 800% moves, 900% moves, right? September, October, the memes ran, and then they started to consolidate. But it's during that phase where Bitcoin started picking up, XRP started picking up, and many of the other like high to mid M caps started really picking up traction and having these crazy rips to the upside. So once again, I feel like we're seeing a bit of the same recipe. And if there's anything that's really, if there's any signature that's sort of prevailed this entire bull market, it's the fact that follow the signature of this bull market, literally. You know, you're getting the pump, you're getting 6-month consolidation, pump, 6-month consolidation, pump, 6-month consolidation. You're getting like a rinse repeat of how liquidity is sloshing around, memes to high to mid M caps, memes to high to mid M caps. So I think it's don't neglect the signs. Don't like just look away. Like figure out what's going on, figure out where the signatures are in this bull run. So yeah, I'm noticing that the memes are beginning to run once again. Now, as far as SUI is concerned, shorts on the 4-hour, 12-hour time frame, volatility on the 4 hours, sketch, yo. It's not sketch per se, but you know what I mean. It's like super high, which is telling me that the bears might start giving in. They might start throwing in the towel anytime now. 2-day, and it makes sense because look at where we're at right now with SUI. We're sitting on the 2-day dynamic, right? And if there's anything that's held up really well throughout this entire cycle, the one signature has been the 2-day dynamic for SUI. Currently sitting smack on it. The entire range comes in from around 347 going down to 323. Okay, that's the SUI dynamic range. And you can see just how well this is played out throughout all the cycles. We reclaim the 2-day dynamic, and that's when it really starts trending. All of SUI's crazy freaking rallies have played out on the 2-day dynamic support. It has been the cleanest freaking signature through all of the altcoins out there. The cleanest one yet. Sean made a killing. He made a killing on both these rallies. This one right here and this one right here. Okay, because look at how I'm not even gonna freaking say anything. Just look at it for yourself. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in on this one. Okay, look at it. Claim, rally, what was the rally? 374%. Broke. Consecutive closes, meltdown. Okay? Clean? All right, next one. All right, broke. All right, we were trying to establish an uptrend. You want to stay close to the level as much as possible. Try and capture your bids as close to your invalidations as possible. Dynamic was the invalidation. Let's just say you got trapped here for whatever reason. You're like, okay, fine, whatever. It broke. Following my rules, I'm getting out. But then once again, reclaimed. Okay, reclaimed right here. What happened? Clean, clear rally. What was this? 530% to the upside. Clean. Clean. Broke. Downtrend. Okay, once again. Reclaimed. Putting in an uptrend. Testing 2-day dynamic. Now, I'm going to ask you, is this a buy or is this a sell zone? Do you sell here is the question. Would you sell here? Is it prudent? Are you going to be a good trader if you sell here? It's not easy to buy the bloody candles. It's not. It's never supposed to be easy. It's scary, you know, because oftentimes, let's face it, what's the first thought you get? You're like, shit. What if the one time I buy, it breaks? You know, that's always the fear. But if you're going in with that mindset, you might as well not trade. Because if you're going in with that mindset, you're not even prepared to lose. When you're trading, guys, this is not a world of certainties. It's a world of probabilities, right? You just got to make sure that the probability of winning is just stacked on your side. right? What this helps with, it's not going to be easy. It's never going to be easy. Okay, but what this helps with is that you know when you are wrong very, very, very fast. And you get to figure out when you're wrong and also know you're wrong and get out with a minimal loss. Okay, that's what these levels really help with. Well, that's what the critical cyclical levels help with. That's why at Mango here, we're always looking at the big picture, because it's the big picture that will keep you very, very close to the trend. It's going to tell you where the overarching force is. It's going to tell you where the best levels are to capture the most stress-free trades. All right, we pride ourselves in capturing the most stress-free trades on the chart when we see them. Because I don't want to worry. When you think about it, we've been out all day today. Okay, I had some trades sitting there and it's still sitting because I caught a stress-free trade on it. I don't have to worry about it while I'm out, you know, at brunch or wherever. Stress-free trading, because you also want to live your life that's outside of the world of trading. That's right, Zinmi. He says, buy, easy invalidation and closing in a few hours. Correctamundo. Yeah, there we go. Easy sauce. Okay, I'm like really I'm getting a tad bit exhausted. But yeah, this is SUI for you guys. Now before I wrap, I'll do. How long has it been? Does anyone have a count, Sean? Okay. I've been wanting to do this one. 1 hour. Okay, shit. Okay, last one. Ugh. Okay, this is 2 day though. Okay. Sean's pulling the plug. This is going to come down further. I'm looking at 17 cents, Santiago. Broke weekly dynamic, likely going to come down 17 cents. Next, likely going to put in the next higher low on the chart. China banned it again? What? Don't they ever learn? How's it going, Ace? It's finally really, really good to see you back in here. He's like, ah ha ha, China banned. What did it? Is it verified? Did they really? For the nth time? They haven't learned their lesson whatsoever? Insane. Okay, China can keep banning Bitcoin. They can keep learning the lesson the hard way. But you guys, I want y'all to be smart, start thinking ahead, and cut out the news, follow the TA. This is always going to keep you on the right side. And I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Once again, to participate, you have for the next 24 hours to qualify for the $1,000 giveaway. All you got to do is smash the likes, deposit 50 using the link in the description below to BitUnix. Okay, that's how we know to identify you guys. And then we'll be and if you win, then you win, and then we're going to be distributing the $1,000 giveaways. Okay? And yeah, I will also be announcing the previous winners in the Discord chat, as well as I'll be announcing them in the description of this live stream. So heads up on that. Your winnings are going to be deposited into your account today. So yeah, for the winners, congratulations, guys. And I hope y'all enjoyed this live stream. With this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. I'm going to be hitting the sack. Ciao, you guys.